Hi guys, welcome to my new series, Cravings. So now I'm pregnant, I always want a small snack, whether it's sweet or savory. So I thought to do a series of quick and easy recipes that you can easily recreate at home and keep for a few days, so you can always just take that snack should and when you want it. The first recipe in the series are raspberry and white chocolate blondies. Now, I haven't had a specific craving for these, but white chocolate is just giving me everything right now. Plus the combination of raspberries, I'm salivating already. These are gonna be so delicious, so let's get straight into the recipe. So we're starting off in a bowl with some melted butter, and into the butter goes the dark brown sugar. This recipe also works with soft light brown sugar. I quite like the taste of the dark sugar though. And I'm going to use a whisk to combine it. So next I'm going to go in with 1 large egg. Use the whisk to break it up and combine it into the sugar and butter. So it's pretty similar to a cake recipe. But now I'm going to swap the whisk for the spatula, because now it's time to fold in the flour. This is just plain flour, and I can fold that right in. So every time I fold, I make sure I'm picking up the flour from the bottom of the bowl and mixing it into the rest of the batter. Trying not to spill it everywhere, of course. And making sure all the flour is completely mixed in. So I've still got a few lumps there. Now it's time to add the delicious white chocolate. I've actually chopped up a bar rather than using chocolate chips because I like larger chunks of chocolate in my blondies, but chocolate chips work just as well. Mix those through. And then the raspberries. I prefer using frozen raspberries. I think they hold their shape a little bit better. You can use fresh, they just might mush around a little bit more. Fold these in. Look how gorgeous that looks already. So I've greased and lined a 20 by 20 square baking tin. You can actually bake this in pretty much any size, just the baking times will vary. And now I'm going to spoon in the batter. And then I'm going to use a step palette knife to smooth the batter out evenly in the tin. Now it's time for the oven. This is going to bake at 180 degrees Celsius for about 20 to 25 minutes until the top is pretty much set, but the middle still seems gooey. So the blondies have cooked to perfection. You can see that the outside is starting to go a little bit darker in color. That's a good sign that they're done. I left them to cool completely, and I actually have been setting them in the fridge once they cooled for a couple of hours because it's much easier to cut them. So I'm just gonna lift these out the tin. Remove the paper. And what I've done is melted some white chocolate and put it into a piping bag so I can drizzle it on top of the blondies. Just a really simple way of decorating these delicious treats. and then cut them into squares. Now you can obviously cut them into fingers or triangle shapes. I just think cutting them into squares is a little bit easier, especially if you've baked them in a square tin. And let's take a piece out to see inside. Oh, couldn't have chosen a more perfect piece. You can see the gooiness inside, you can see the raspberry and chunks of white chocolate. That is baked to perfection. Soft, slightly cakey, sweet but not too sweet, and the tanginess from the raspberry. Everything I could have wanted from that bite, and definitely satisfies my cravings.